Joining me now from our bureau in New York City, author and political commentator Jerome Corsi, Ph.D. Jerome, your complaint, you go to a couple of things in particular, charging Robert Mueller essentially with conflicts of interest, that he's built a highly charged political team. I don't think anybody with a brain would argue with that. And number two, that he violated the law through, among other things, leaks, which are a violation of law. I would throw in there one more thing, that his entire appointment appears to be unconstitutional. But the bottom line is that you're trying to force the hand of the DOJ to do something that heretofore it was not willing to do.
Well, I mean, I think my case, and what I'm doing is saying, look, I've spent 40 hours over 6 sessions in 2 months with the special counselors, prosecutors, and the FBI, a room full of them with me and my attorney. My case is testaments to the fact I can prove from what happened to me that this is a politically motivated and criminally driven investigation. And that's why I've written this book, Silent No More, which, by the way, we've decided we're going to bring out as an ebook right away by the end of this week, and also an audio book. The publisher will make less money. I will too, but I want people to be able to read it right away. It's a day-by-day account, first-person written, so you can be sitting there with me and experience being told from day one, you're 72 years old, you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. My wife crying, is grandpa going to prison? I mean, this is a horror show, and I want people to know it, and that's why we filed this criminal complaint.
In your complaint, you're essentially saying that Robert Mueller is trying to force you to lie, and that's a problem. And I'm going to read part of it, Jerome, and it is, Dr. Corsi noticed that emails to and from Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, John Podesta, were conspicuously missing from the July 22, 2016 public release of DNC emails. Employing his professional skills, Dr. Corsi logically concluded that WikiLeaks would release Podesta's emails soon in a second round of data dump from the same group of DNC emails stolen on July 5, 2016. So essentially what this pleading is saying is that you deduced this was going to happen because Podesta's emails were missing from the initial dump.
Right, and I also knew how I had great sources in how the Democrats put together their entire computer systems, and I knew that the July 22nd emails, 2016 against Debbie Wasserman Schultz, came from a email server in the Democratic National Committee that had to have contained Podesta's emails. So whoever stole them saw Podesta's emails, and I'm sure took them. And that's what I concluded. It was deduction. It was speculation. And the special counsel refused to believe it. They went hours and hours and hours. Who was your source? How did you know this? And they ridiculed me. Jeannie Rhee, one of the prosecutors, said, Dr. Corsi, you're asking us to believe that your 25th wedding anniversary and an international trip with your wife and family to Italy, God intervened, and by divine inspiration, in a miracle, you said God told you Assange has Podesta's emails. And I said, well, Ms. Rhee, I don't really particularly appreciate your, abusing or ridiculing God. I mean, I'm kind of a weird duck. I graduated from Harvard, Ph.D., and yet, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and I'm not going to lie, not even to save myself from going to prison. I'll go to prison the rest of my life, but I won't accept that fraudulent plea deal that they offered me.
Mueller is trying to prove, it appears, that you had some sort of advance warning of the document dump through WikiLeaks. He's also trying, apparently, to do the same with Roger Stone. And so, in other words, he wants you to lie and say, yeah, there was some sort of, it appears to me, you correct me if I'm wrong, Jerome, but it appears to me he's trying to build some sort of conspiracy here, and that's the proper word to use, between yourself and Roger Stone and the Trump campaign. Do you see it that way?
Absolutely. We went hours and hours. Assange Stone. All they would do, they wanted to connect, it was Roger Stone to me, and then I was supposed to have this direct link to Assange, or indirect through somebody who knew him, which did not exist. I don't know Assange. And this was going to be the way, Roger Stone coordinated with Assange to pass timing of the email releases. This is their whole preconceived theory. And, then it was going to be Stone to Steve Bannon to Trump. And this was going to build their whole conspiracy They had a predetermined Procrustean bed, and since I couldn't give them the piece they wanted and wouldn't lie to give it to them, they blew it up, said they were going to send me to prison for the rest of my life, gave me a fraudulent plea deal to get me off the media, and now trying to ruin my life, ruin my family, and it's despicable, and it's criminal.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.